People attend to witness the diversity, brutality, and aggressiveness that Mike Tyson brings to the ring.
Tyson knows he's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele has...
In this video, we revisit the night Tyson faced off against a fighter he admired and feared for his knockout power, all while trying to appease one of the sport's most fervent fan bases.
I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
It's a watershed moment in my personal life, and I genuinely believe it. Frank Bruno, a physically intimidating mountain, was frequently chastised for being a one-dimensional fighter who relied solely on his big punch. On his best nights, however, he could string together his points effectively, as evidenced by his performance against even the most skilled opponents, such as Tyson, who acknowledged Bruno's ability after the fight.
Do you regard Frank as a really dangerous opponent?
Well, if I had a dollar for every upset that there had been, I would never have to fight again. But I take everyone very serious.
They fought for the world heavyweight title twice, in 1989 and 1996. But their mutual respect endures to this day. Tyson now admits that their first fight was postponed 5 times, which affected Bruno.
I can't wait for the fight. I'm getting involved and I'm getting the stereo from this, that, and this man over there shouting about this, but I can't wait for the fight.
I was hoping it would. In the first round, I went out trying to knock him out with solid shots. He came back with a couple of shots, he said. He was putting up a good fight. He stunned me with a good shot in the first round. It was like electricity. I noticed white lights. You're not sure if you're depressed or not. At the time, he was at his peak. He was a difficult opponent for me.
I was trying to hit him with those punches, you know what I mean? The fact I never tried to miss on purpose, just that he was moving, he's pretty fast. He has a fast head movement. It was very difficult for me to figure him out at the beginning.
Tyson ruined Bruno's second attempt, one of his 4 attempts to win the world title. When Bruno eventually won the WBC title by defeating Oliver McCall, his first defense was a loss to Tyson in a rematch.
I feel very confident. I've got the power, the timing. The time is right to beat him. It's peak time.
It was Bruno's last match. Before his first match with Bruno, Tyson had won 8 world title fights, making him the sport's youngest heavyweight champion in history. Their friendship had begun at Tyson's gym in New York long before their professional ambitions. I remember when you were 15 in the Catskills and we sparred together, Bruno recalls. I've seen you grow up. When Tyson's legendary trainer Cus D'Amato spoke, he sounded like a pastor and a no-nonsense man.
If he weren't here, I probably wouldn't be alive today. The fact that he is here and doing what he's doing and doing as well as he's doing and improving as he has gives me the motivation and interest to stay alive.
The heavyweight legends also discussed their mental health issues. Bruno went to 1 mental health facility, said Tyson. I've gone to 10 of them. This is the situation we're in. We have to manage this journey that we're in. I'm glad I met him because it relieved me mentally, Bruno said. After knocking out previously unbeaten Michael Spinks in the first round, Tyson had just established himself as the lineal heavyweight champion. He dispelled any questions about who the legitimate heavyweight champion was. The matchup between Tyson and renowned British boxer Frank Bruno was initially slated to take place at Wembley Stadium in England on October 8, 1988. On August 23, 1988, Tyson and Mitch Green, a former foe he had defeated before his championship match with Trevor Berbick, got into a street brawl.
I haven't had a fight, like a street fight, in 7 years, and I was scared, and I was getting paranoid because he was so close. He kept getting close to me.
Who threw the first punch here? He did. He sucker punched me.
During the altercation, Tyson struck Green with his right hand, breaking his hand and requiring 5 stitches. The fight was rescheduled for October 22nd due to Tyson's injuries. Tyson's problems were just getting started. Tyson was involved in a car accident on September 5th that rendered him unconscious. On October 7th, Tyson's estranged wife, Robin Givens, filed for divorce and filed a $125 million defamation suit against Tyson the following month. Tyson's proposed October 22nd fight against Bruno at Wembley Stadium was canceled due to Tyson's issues. Instead, the fight was rescheduled for January 14, 1989 at the Las Vegas Hilton in the United States. This fight, however, was also postponed, allegedly due to financial disagreements between Tyson's manager Bill Caton and Tyson's promoter Don King. On December 15, 1988, it was reported that the long-awaited Tyson-Bruno fight would occur at the Las Vegas Hilton on February 25, 1989. The fight got underway immediately, with the two fighters trading blows in the center of the ring at the start of each round. After this opening exchange, Tyson would land a right hook that would send Bruno to the canvas. Still, Bruno could get to his feet at the count of 2 and eventually take the mandatory 8 count before continuing. After giving Bruno 3 warnings for excessive holding, referee Richard Steele stopped the fight between Tyson and Bruno. Bruno stunned Tyson for the first time in his professional career with a left hook and right-hand combo to the side of the head with around 50 seconds left in the opening round. After round 2, Tyson struck Bruno with the right hand, sending him into the ropes. Tyson kept pummeling Bruno to knock him out, but Bruno managed to hang on and smother him, allowing him to make it through the round. With a minute left in the round, Tyson launched a devastating combination attack on Bruno as he continued to rule the fight. Tyson had Bruno pressed up against the rope with less than 10 seconds left in the round when he delivered 2 right uppercuts and a left hook. Steele intervened and called time on the fight, preventing Bruno from being knocked out and awarding Tyson the victory via technical knockout.
He was going to come up, he was talking, and the way he was talking, I knew he was hyped. He was ready to go, and I knew I was the best fighter in the world.
In 1989, Tyson fought just once more. Carl Williams was eliminated by Tyson 93 seconds into the first round of what turned out to be the final successful defense of his uncontested belt. Following a 7-month break, Tyson returned to take on James "Buster" Douglas in what was primarily believed to be another practice match for Tyson before taking on top contender Evander Holyfield. Douglas, the new undisputed heavyweight champion, prevailed through knockout in the 10th round. Then Tyson started making a comeback to get into the undisputed heavyweight title fight on October 25, 1990, against either Evander Holyfield or Douglas. On September 2, 1995, Bruno finally won the world champion title after defeating Oliver McCall, the WBC champion, in 12 rounds. After a close first round, Bruno jumped out to a commanding lead before losing steam in the middle rounds. McCall needed help to get past Bruno's defenses to get the late stoppage he needed, unlike earlier in Bruno's career against Bone Crusher Smith and Tim Witherspoon. As a result, despite being exhausted, Bruno retained his lead and prevailed on points for the second time in his career. Tyson won 2 fights against Henry Tillman, Alex Stewart, and Donovan Ruddock before being arrested and sentenced to prison for rape. Tyson returned to boxing after his release in 1995, easily defeating journeyman Peter McNeely and Buster Mathis Jr. This necessitated a rematch with Bruno for Bruno's recently acquired WBC Heavyweight Championship title, which he had acquired with a unanimous victory over Oliver McCall 6 months prior. On March 16, 1996, Tyson defeated Bruno again, knocking him out in the 3rd round to win the WBC heavyweight title. This was Bruno's last match before he stopped boxing. Frank Bruno admits he took a significant danger fighting Tyson again. "It seems like yesterday," Frank Bruno says in that familiar low rumble of a voice, his face tangled. "That time has passed. How long has it been?" Bruno recalls his second fight against Mike Tyson, which took place in Las Vegas in March 1996. Bruno's confused and anxious expression as he made the long, lonesome walk to the ring to defend his heavyweight world championship stuck in my mind because I was there. It was difficult to imagine how much emotion was coursing through him as he made the sign of the cross every few steps. His nervous genuflecting appeared to be full of shadows in his mind that extended beyond boxing. I informed Bruno of how long it's been. 25 years? He asked, puzzled. It's terrifying, isn't it? What happened to time? Bruno laughs when I tell him he's still in good shape. Oh my God, he laughs. I'll pay for your drink. It's a big one. His laughter is the same as it has always been. It's deep and resonant and oddly knowing.
I look like a little fun-sized Kit Kat. I do, don't I?
After a quarter of a century, Bruno laughs to lighten the atmosphere and help us realize that we are now almost old guys. Bruno was a much more complex and fascinating man than the stereotype that obscured his true nature. He often appeared alone, even when surrounded by people on television or in pantomime. The cruel slur that he was an Uncle Tom haunted Bruno, which may have contributed to his subsequent mental breakdown. He was a brave boxer who prevailed in 40 of his 45 contests and captured the WBC heavyweight title. The last was that fateful evening when he faced Tyson and was once more beaten into submission. A new Sky Sports documentary about two disparate heavyweights who still care deeply for one another after all these years is based on those interactions with Tyson, another lonely man with a more complex personality. As we reflect on the historic battle between Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno, it's clear that this match brought out the best in both fighters and left an indelible mark on boxing. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think this level of respect and admiration between fighters is essential in boxing? Or is aggression and trash talking just part of the game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, remember to like and subscribe to stay updated on all our latest content.